Hello friends, I hope that you've all had a wonderful week. Thank you for stopping by my channel today and coming along thrifting with me. In this week's video, we're headed into Goodwill. It was my mom's birthday on this day and she wanted to spend it thrifting together, which was so wonderful. We went to several different Goodwills, a peddler's mall, and it was so much fun. And then on the next day, my husband was off, so we went to a few thrift stores together to look for treasures, and I brought the camera along, so I hope that you enjoy seeing all that we find. Stay tuned until the end because I will share with you what I brought home and my plans for the pieces, and then where I placed the items that I found for our home. So stay tuned, but I hope that you enjoy coming along. Now let's get to thrifting. Okay, now we're headed into the next Goodwill, and I spotted these glasses for $1.99 each. I love the design on them, and I could only find 3 of them, but they were still so beautiful that I had to bring them home. And then I spotted these oval plates or small platters for $4.99 for a set of, I believe there's 5 of them, and I love the red transferware. There were so many baskets at this Goodwill on this day, and I kept thinking of all of the potential that you would have to organize a closet or a space in your home with all thrifted baskets if you are in need of some organizational bins to, again, organize like a craft closet, a laundry area, or if you have a closet in your bathroom, you could use it to organize your toiletries and things like that. There's just so many ways that you can use these baskets in your home, and definitely check the thrift store first before you go out and buy brand new organizational items because they can get expensive. And I was just very inspired when I saw all of these baskets, so I just thought I would remind you to definitely check your thrift stores first before you go out and buy new baskets. This Goodwill had a ton of really beautiful dishware and just decorative pieces. I really loved this tray. I kind of wish that I would have got this. It was only $1.99, but at the time I was being extremely selective. I'll talk about this later on in the video during the haul, but I really only picked up things that I immediately loved. If I didn't immediately say yes, then I just left it behind, and that was one of the pieces that I did decide to leave behind, even though it was beautiful, as well as this little creamer. I was so excited that I decided to walk all the way down to this portion of the aisle because from where I was standing further up, I thought that this area was just full of water bottles, a few pots and pans, and things that I wasn't really interested in. And once I walked down here and I spotted a glimpse of copper, I was like, oh my gosh, I found copper jello molds. They were only $1.99 each. So this is your reminder to check every aisle, even if it looks like there's nothing good, because an item can be tucked away, hidden behind something else, or just not in its right spot where someone has put something back. So it's really easy to overlook things. So don't forget to check thoroughly up and down each aisle while you're thrifting. And next we are headed into another Goodwill. I wanted to browse through a little bit of the clothing. I didn't end up finding any clothing pieces on this day, but I still love to look just in case I come across something that I love that is on my wish list. stop was the St. Teresa thrift store. I want to come back in here soon and do an entire like full shop with me in this store. They have so many treasures and I could spend hours in here each time, and they just always have something new and exciting, and it's always really, really good finds. And two of my favorite pieces came home from here today, which is this beautiful brass teapot trivet and also these gorgeous solid brass stocking hangers. So I will share these with you more in the haul, but oh my goodness, I'm still just shocked that I found both of these brass pieces in here on this day. Okay friends, I'm back home from our little thrifting trip that I brought you all along for over the past couple days, and now I'm going to share with you everything that I picked up and brought home. I have pieces from Goodwill, St. Teresa's thrift store, and then also a couple things from the Peddler's Mall that I went to with my mom on her birthday. So I'm excited to get into all these goodies and share with you what I found. I think I'm going to start out with Goodwill because I did find the most items from there, and I'm excited about these finds. So we'll go ahead and get started. The first thing that I found that I was so excited to spot, actually I believe my husband spotted this. He pointed it out to me when we were going through and browsing the book section, but it is this ball canning cookbook. And you know, if you watch my channel, I always rave about these ball canning cookbooks. They are what the majority of our home canning recipes come from every summer when we can items from our garden. These are the cookbooks that I use. I love to thrift them. My first one I ever found was at a yard sale, and then I've also picked some up from Goodwill, and my mom got me one for Christmas one year. They're just my absolute favorite, and they have several different editions of these, and I don't own this one, so I was excited to spot it. And it is the complete book of home preserving. So there's all kinds of not only canning recipes but freezing recipes and lots of different ways of how to preserve your homegrown produce. So I'm very, very excited about this book, and it was only 99 cents, and this is a original $30 cookbook, so that was just an incredible find, and I love this book, so excited about that. And then I also browsed through like the scarves and purses, and I found two little goodies from over there. I found this beautiful scarf. I love the colors in this. It's just very neutral and also warm. I love the browns and the cream colors in it, and I thought this would just be so pretty paired with like one of my thrifted long trench coats. If you can kind of see the vision, I just love these warm scarves for winter, and this was only 99 cents, which is such a good deal. And anytime that I see these scarves, they're at least like up to $20, so I was very excited about that 99-cent scarf find from Goodwill. Gonna be very warm. And then I also picked up this bag. This was $1.99, and I was so excited to find this straw bag. I don't believe it's very old. It's probably a newer item. It doesn't have a tag, but it doesn't feel like one of the vintage ones that I have thrifted before, but it's still a very nice bag. It has leather straps and such a nice summer bag, tote bag style, very large. I love this so much. Perfect for decorating, or of course just for practical use as well. I love these straw bags, and so I was excited to spot this one. They actually had several of these, but a few of them weren't in very good shape, but this one seemed to be in really good condition. It doesn't have any rips or tears, so I was very excited about that find, and I kind of used it throughout the day to put all my other little goodies in. Okay, I also grabbed these from that same Goodwill, and it is a set of 3 of these restaurant wear mugs. I love these so much. If you've been watching my channel for years, you probably remember me talking about these a lot. But I love to collect and thrift these nice sturdy restaurant wear mugs. I have some that are Buffalo China. I have some that are Homer Laughlin. There's several different makers of these, and I have just collected them over the years, and coffee just tastes so good out of them. I don't know what it is, but I love these restaurant mugs. It was $2.59 for the set of 3. They just kind of have them zip tied together here so that they could be sold in a set. They don't have any markings on the bottom, but again, they're just that basic restaurant style type mug. Next, I found this stack of plates, this beautiful floral pattern. Speaking of Homer Laughlin, I believe these are Homer Laughlin. I might be wrong about that. I'll have to look them up again because they don't have a stamp or any markings, but I'm pretty sure. If not, I'll insert on the screen what these are called. But it was $3.99 for a set of 5 of these. And I love these dishes so much. I've seen this pattern a ton while thrifting. I thought they would be beautiful maybe on our table for spring, or I could also bring them to the booth for spring. We will see. We're gonna be having a spring open house. I think it's gonna be sometime in March. She's gonna let me know the dates of it. It's not officially planned yet, but once it is planned, I'll let you all know when it's gonna be. But it's gonna be a spring open house where all the vendors will be there, and we'll be getting out all of our spring goodies, and I cannot wait for that. I'm so excited. So I was thinking that these could be really nice to bring out for like the spring items I'm going to bring to the booth. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and start collecting a few pieces for that because, like I said, it's going to be in March. So I'm going to start getting a few goodies ready to take to that. And this could be that if I don't find a spot for them in our own home. We will see. I have to kind of wash everything up and play around with it and see if I can find a spot for it before I decide what's going to go to the booth or what I'm going to keep. And then next, I found a ton of beautiful copper molds. I could not believe that I found these. I found them at 2 different Goodwills. I found 2 from the first Goodwill, and then the next 2 from a different Goodwill later on that day. And I have only spotted a few of these in all the years I've been thrifting, so to find 4 of these all in one day was just absolutely crazy, and I was so excited. So they are these beautiful copper jello molds. So this one here is kind of like a long oval shape, and it was $1.99. Has this little hanger at the top. Love these so much. There's so many beautiful ways that you can display these. I love to see gallery walls with these hung, or you can hang them on hooks, kind of similar how I did our teacups in our little coffee area. You can get one of those bars, hang hooks from it like above your stove and hang these. I just love that so much. I wish I had more room in our kitchen. You all have seen me decorate the 2 walls we have in there. In several of my previous videos, we did the paintings on the wall with the hook under it with the aprons, and then my oil painting on the other wall. So I have limited space in there. I don't know if I'll have a spot to hang these or not, but if not, again, they'll go to the booth this spring. And this is what this one looks like for, again, $1.99. I would love to find a way to hang these and display them. We will see if I can in our kitchen because I just love them. They're so beautiful. If not, I will share them with someone else. But I just had to get them because, again, I hardly ever see these. And then these 2 are heavier and thicker. They are bunt pans, and this one it was $2.99, and it's a little bit smaller, and it has like a little brass hanger. So exciting. I see these online all the time, and I always think they're so beautiful, but they're just pretty hard to find. So I was very excited to come across these. And then this one again is $2.99. Next, from Goodwill, I found some more beautiful glass mugs. These are so pretty. There was only 3 of them, but I just had to get these because I love them so much. They are beautiful. They are vintage. I love the shape of them. I love the size of them. And then the beautiful etching is just gorgeous. They say Malaysia on the bottom. So I have not looked these up. I have not researched them. I just thought they were beautiful. So that is why I got them, 3 of them for $1.99 each. They are so pretty. I love this red transferware. How pretty for Christmas. Of course, Valentine's Day, you could use these as a little soap dish or like to hold your jewelry. There's just so much you can do with these tiny little oval plates. So I grabbed those from Goodwill. I grabbed this teapot. I believe this is a McCoy Teapot, just from the markings on the bottom is what it looks like. Again, I will have to research this. I haven't had time to look anything up yet. I just sat down to film this haul, but I will look it up after I film this and see for sure. But it's this gorgeous little green teapot, and unfortunately after I got this home, I realized that the handle has been glued. However, I still think this is beautiful. There's so much that you can do with it. You can use it as a little vase to hold faux florals, or you can even put stones in the bottom or gravel and then add some little succulents into this. I just think that that would be absolutely beautiful for spring. I can picture little succulents planted in this. I love to use little vessels like this that don't have holes in the bottom for like succulents and plants like that, where you can add stones for the drainage. It was $3.79, and you can see on the bottom that it says USA. I just am in love with this color. So unique, and I'm very thankful that I got this, even though it does have a few little imperfections, because I'm still happy to rescue it and give it a new life and put this to use, because it's just one of those unique pieces that you don't find all the time and that just make a gorgeous statement, especially for spring. Now we will get started with our St. Teresa's thrift store finds. You all know that is one of my recent favorite thrift stores. I could have filmed an entire shop with me just in that one store because of how many treasures they had. They always have such good stuff, and their prices are so reasonable. I just love that place. If you've never been, definitely check it out. But I held myself back and I was very selective, not only in there but also throughout the whole trip, because I don't want to end up with more than I can manage at one time. I don't want to be overwhelmed with so much inventory that I feel like it's too much to manage. So I only pick up pieces that I know for sure I will find a spot for, or that I want to find a spot for in our home if I can picture where it will go, or it's a piece that's so special that I want to make sure I find a spot for. Okay, my camera battery died, but what I was saying is, or it has to be something that I immediately love and know that I want to use before I'll purchase it, either that I know I want to use in our home or know I want to use in our booth before I'll bring it home, because if not, it can just be overwhelming and too much to manage at one time, and I want to make sure that I keep it just very, very organized. That's important to me, that I'm not overwhelmed and not unorganized in managing all of the inventory and keeping track of everything. So that is a question that I get a lot, like, how do you manage it all of the items and all of that. But as soon as I'm done filming a video, like once I'm done with this video, the items that I know for sure that I want to keep, I'll go ahead and put them out in our home where I want to use them. And then after that, everything that I know that I'm going to take to the booth, I'll go ahead and wash that stuff up, get it priced, and then put it on our inventory shelves in the basement. And then anything that's left over that I want to list on Poshmark, if it's a small item that can be shipped, I'll go ahead and take pictures of that and have them ready to go. That way I can post them on Poshmark and take those items, put them on the shelves in the basement, and that way as soon as an item sells, I know exactly where it's at to go grab it, get it wrapped up, and ship it. And then once I'm ready to restock the booth, if I'm headed out that way, I'll go grab all the stuff I want to take. It's already priced and ready to go to the booth. So that way it just stays very organized and I'm not overwhelmed. Once those shelves get full, then I don't add anything else for a while. Thankfully, things have been selling very quickly from the booth, so I've been able to get things rotated out, and I've had a lot of extra room to bring in new inventory and have it on hand. But if things weren't selling very frequently, then I would not be adding more to the pile, because then again it would just get overwhelming and I wouldn't be able to manage it all at once, because I don't want too much clutter and just too much, again, that I can't manage. So hopefully that makes sense. So again, I could have went crazy and just got so many good things in the St. Teresa store, and even in Goodwill's I left things behind, but I really wanted to just make sure it's exactly what I know that I want. One of the first things that I did grab from the St. Teresa thrift store, because I knew exactly where I was going to use this, is this beautiful glass sugar bowl or little candy dish. This was $4.29, and I've been wanting a really unique piece like this to add over to our new little coffee area that we recently revamped. If you missed that, definitely check out my last video, because at the end of it I shared with you a whole like coffee bar little makeover that we did. We added hooks for my teacups, and I kind of just refreshed that whole little space. And I wanted a little vintage container to put our like seasonal candies or marshmallows in, because right now I have a heart marshmallows for Valentine's Day, and I wanted to find some sort of beautiful like unique and ornate thrifted one to put those marshmallows in. So stay tuned until the end, because we're going to put those in here after we get it all washed up, and that way we can have our fun festive little marshmallows for each season in this beautiful little jar. And then as well as this beautiful dish here, this was $2.99, and it would make a beautiful little candy dish. You could put soap in here at your, or in your bathroom, or another idea that I had for this is to put like little bath bombs in it, or little dish scrubbies. So if you have a large spot at your sink where you can like display pieces like this where they would be safe and not get knocked off and all of that, then you could put like your little dish sponge in here, and it would just be a beautiful vintage way to store it and hold it at your sink. So I'll insert a little clip of that and kind of give you an idea. Next, I found this brass taper candle holder for 99 cents. I love to collect those. And then I also found, I could not believe when I spotted this, I found another brass trivet. And this time it's a teapot. I'm speechless over this beautiful teapot. I have never once spotted a brass trivet, and somehow within the past 2 weeks I have spotted 2 of them. And I'm so excited, because now I think I'm gonna do some sort of little arrangement where I can hang these. I don't know, we'll have to see if I have room for it. It might have to be in the dining room, but I love this so much. It was $7.99, but I know that that is still a very, very reasonable price for these little brass trivets. So I love that find. I just could not get over the cute little teapot shape. It's literally adorable. And then the last piece is from St. Teresa. I'm so excited about. I still cannot believe that we found these. We just happened to go over and look at the Christmas section, because they have a whole section of Christmas items that they leave out year round. And so we happened to go over there and just browse through and see what all they had, and we spotted these solid brass stocking hangers. These are the prettiest Christmas item I think I have ever seen. I just love these. You know how much I love brass, and to find these, I've just never seen anything like it, and I cannot wait to use these in our Christmas decor next year. I just cannot get over it. So the first one is this nutcracker. They were $3.99 each, which is just an incredible price. And then next is this little angel or cherub, this Christmas tree, a teddy bear playing drums, and then a snowman. How cute! We are so excited about these. We cannot wait to use them on our little faux fireplace mantle next year. They are just so beautiful. I want to try to find, now we were talking about how beautiful it would be to find some vintage like quilted stockings next year, so we're going to keep our eyes peeled for some of those. If you love brass as well, you will just be able to understand our excitement. They are beautiful. Okay friends, I have 2 more beautiful things to share with you in this haul, and these were both from the Peddler's Mall. 2 really beautiful dishes that I found, and the first one is this gorgeous transferware plate. This is Colonial Pottery, Stone, England, and it says Dianthus on it. There's a little stamp. How beautiful is this? It was $4.99, and I love to use plates like this to go under my potted plants to catch the water, and I already have potted up a plant recently that I'm going to use this plate under, and I just love it. I love to collect just unique, beautiful, mismatched little plates like this to use in places like that. I could also stand it up like at the back of my hutch for spring. It would be so beautiful. But I'll share with you what this looks like underneath my little plant. And then next I found this gravy boat, and look at the beautiful, beautiful floral on this. It's so crazed. It's detailed. I love the details in it. This was only $2, and it does have a little crack on the back and discoloration, but for only $2 I still thought it was worth it because it's just so unique and beautiful. I'm going to insert a clip and share with you how I'm using one of my recent gravy boat finds in our kitchen to hold my dish scrubbies. I started crocheting these little dish scrubbies back last year, and I just have like a collection of them that I keep under our sink for whenever we run out. I got the scrubbie material from Hobby Lobby, and they're super easy to make. I can leave the video linked down below if you're interested in making any of these. It's a very simple and easy pattern, and this fabric is just so wonderful. You can wash these, and I love these for scrubbing our dishes with. So of course you can use any sponge or any type of little dish scrubby that you normally use, but I just put them down inside of my little gravy boat that I recently thrifted in one of my recent videos, and I put that over in our kitchen, and it's just like the cutest little way to display your functional dish scrubbies in a decorative vintage way. So I really love this, and here's how it kind of looks again on our countertop. I was even thinking, how beautiful would this be in a little gift basket? You could thrift a little creamer or gravy boat or a vintage bowl, some kind of beautiful little ornate dish, and then you could put dish scrubbies inside of it or sponges and kind of like tie a little bow around it, and it would just be the most beautiful way to gift someone as something functional that they can use in their home and in their kitchen. So I wanted to insert that, and then also share with you what the scrubbies look like in this little gravy boat that I recently thrifted. And there's so many other ways that you can use these as well, not only for your little dish sponges, but you could use it as a soap dish. You could use it for bath bombs. I know we've talked about all of these ways before, but I just wanted to mention it again if you are new and maybe you see one of these while you're out and you want to get it, but you don't know exactly how you could use it, and it adds character into your home. So I hope that that can help give you some ideas. Okay friends, that is it. That is everything that I brought home for this week's thrift trip. I really hope that you enjoyed coming along for it and seeing all of these treasures. Thank you so much for coming along for it. It really means so much to me. And if you stayed into the end, thank you as well. I do have one more thing that I just remembered that I'm going to share. We also got a shelf while we were at the St. Teresa thrift shop, and that is still in the car. So I'm going to go grab that and share with you my plans for that shelf and how I'm going to use it. And if you enjoy home decor, thrifting, decorating inspiration, cottage decor, and everything like that, then make sure that you subscribe and stick around because I have lots more of these videos to come this year, and I'm just very excited to bring you along for it. So I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next week for a new video. Bye friends. Here's a look at how I used this crystal candy dish in our kitchen, and I also wanted to let you know that I do have a lead testing kit that I use to test all of our dishes and glassware that we thrift. I really appreciate you all educating me on that several years ago because I had no idea, and now I make sure to test all of our dishes that we thrift before we use them. You can find those lead testing kits on Amazon, so I wanted to make sure to remind you of that in case you also thrift a lot of vintage dishes and glassware. And now I want to take you outside and share with you the shelf that we found for $10. We needed to do a little bit of cleaning up on it and pull out some of these nails that were sticking out of it and get those holes fixed. And we also decided to remove the hearts on the end. They were on there to hold on the rod, but this is going to be hanging up securely in the booth, so it didn't really need those hearts on the end, and I kind of felt like the placement of them was a little odd, so we removed those and it looks looks beautiful in our booth. It's the perfect shelf to hang clothing on. I had brought some clothing pieces over that no longer fit that I had thrifted over the years. A few of them are vintage, and I also thrifted these cute little hangers that I hung them on. And then I also wanted to give you a look at how we restocked the booth. It was looking a little bare when we showed up, so I was excited that we had brought some more goodies along to add to it, and now I love how it's looking. I will also share with you how I decorate it for spring once I add more spring items, but I'm really happy with how it looks for now, and I hope that you all enjoyed coming along with us this week thrifting and seeing what we found. Thank you for supporting me and my channel, and I will see you all in my very next video.